Welcome to Essential Field Techniques with Chris Weston. I've just got back from a shoot, so now let's go and have a look at what I do with my images when I get back to the office. So the first thing I'm going to do, having got back from the shoot, is download the images from the camera onto the hard drive on the computer. Now you can do this using a card reader. I'm going to do it straight from the camera itself. We turn the camera on and we get the folder up on the screen here. So we've got the compact flash up on the screen. Click on the folder. So all the images are here, which is good news. And what I need to do now is transfer them from the desktop onto the hard drive. Before I do that, I'm just going to turn the camera off because I don't need it anymore and it will save the battery. Now I've got two main hard drives. One is the primary drive and then another one which is a backup drive in case anything goes wrong with the main one. If I open up that drive, I've got three folders on here. There's a raw master folder, which is where I keep all my unprocessed but edited images. There's a TIFF master folder, which is where I keep all of the processed images. The one we're looking at now is the one called Lightbox, and this is where I'm going to put the images that I've just taken. This is where I keep all of those images that I've yet to edit. And I'm going to transfer the images from this file into the Lightbox. That's going to take around about 15 minutes. So here's the folder. It's now in the Lightbox on the main hard drive. And the main hard drive also has a mirrored drive within it, so these are automatically backed up for me, so I don't need to worry too much now whether they disappear. But one of the things I'm going to do now is just give it a name that's a little bit more meaningful. This one I'm going to call the Tiger folder because all of these images are of tigers. So now I've renamed the folder, the next step is to do a basic edit to take out those images which really don't make the grade. And I'm going to do that using the Adobe Bridge software, which is the software which comes packaged with Photoshop. If we bring that up, I've got this in film strip mode, which gives me a strip of files at the bottom which I can click through and a main image in the screen. And what I'm going to be looking for here is really three things: good exposure, sharp images, and a good composition. Okay, so now I'm left with a folder of images that I want to keep. The next step is to transfer them out of the Lightbox folder and onto the master raw file folder. But before I do that, I need to rename them. Now the way that I name my images is on a simple numeric system. The first image starts at number 1 and I count upwards from there. So for renaming this new set, I've got a note of the most recent image, which in this case is 05723. So the next image will start at 05724. I go back into Adobe Bridge and there's a tool in here to batch rename the images. I type in the new number, click on rename, and the computer will do the rest. So now the computer's renamed them, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag them all across from their temporary file on the Lightbox into their new home in the raw master folder. Okay, that's done. The next stage is to do a full process to make the files ready for publishing. At that point I'll save them as a TIFF, which is the standard format used in publishing, and I'll transfer the files across in the TIFF format into the master TIFF folder. I'll use exactly the same reference number, and then that way, if I ever need to refer to the original RAW file, I know exactly where to find it. Now, whenever I add new images, I automatically create a duplicate on the backup drive. Then on a regular basis, I'll archive the backup drive to 2 DVDs. One of those is held here, another one I keep off-site, but hey, that's just I'm paranoid. And that's it. I'm not saying this is the only way to do it, I'm not saying necessarily it's the best way to do it, but it's the way that I do it. I hope you found something here that you can use. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.